Amazing. Here we are,
Here we are.
recording.
Oh, you're actually recording. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're live. Oh, well, we're not live, but like we're recording.
Almost. Okay.
What-
Okay. All
what-
right.
Yeah. Valerie,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm amazing. I'm great. I'm excited.
Another episode of Unbuttoned. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my goodness. How lucky I am, first of all, to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was like a whole thing to get us together, but we made it. We nailed it.
Bit of a scheduling nightmare, but we got there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, my real name is Valeria Viveros, but because I'm in Australia and because in here people speak English, then Valerie. That's the reason why.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I stick to that. Valerie, Val, Valeria, however, like I love all of them. It's part of me too.
I really like Valeria.
Valeria,
Yeah.
yeah. And
What
it's
nationality is that?
okay, so that name, as I know, is from Italy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was born in Colombia, so
So
just
you're
in case.
Colombian.
Yeah, I'm Latina.
Nice. When did you come to Australia?
I came 1 year ago in a couple of months, let's say like in the middle of the last year. So yeah,
And you came here to study, right?
that's correct. So I came to study, first of all, like English. It was for a couple of months.
Yep.
So I wasn't really like planning to stay here for longer.
Right.
And now like I end up studying
And,
marketing.
and now you're stuck here because you love it.
I love Australia. I love Melbourne, the people, everything, the culture. Like, there's a multicultural place,
Hang on.
like everything in
Hang
one.
on.
Yeah.
Hang on. What was that?
Oh my goodness. It was so natural that I didn't know that I made that. Sorry.
Yeah, it just like kind of came out. You just love Melbourne. I love it.
Yeah, Melbourne is like a, let's say, like a second home for me or third home because I was born in Colombia, but then I moved to Panama. So yeah, my life has been like moving and moving and moving.
I've had the same life, moving and moving and moving.
Basically.
I've been to lots of places in Australia, and I've been in Melbourne now for 23 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I wouldn't tell. You look so young. So when you came here when you were a baby or what?
no,
23 years.
I came here when I was 21.
Okay. So you're 25. Let's say, yeah, you're 21.
No, I'm not 25.
Just
Add
kidding.
another 20 years onto that. But yeah, no, I definitely think that Melbourne has all of the right characteristics for like a good life, you know, and almost we're a bit spoilt here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
not by the weather. We're not spoilt by the weather. We're spoilt with everything else like food, coffee, fashion, multiculturalism. You know,
Absolutely. And yeah, you are like 100% right. That being here is like being in a place of opportunities. So that's the reason why I say like this is like home for me, especially because it doesn't matter how many doors you knock, you have the like the possibility to get one of those or many of those open for you as well and get more opportunities and grow as a person and also professionally. So yeah, I love this country for that. I just have 1 year and a half and I'm surprised of how many things I could achieve. I'm not gonna say by myself because in the role I have been like getting the help from people as well that bodily know me and they put the 100% trust on me. So thank you for that. All of them, they already know. So yeah, like I want to stay here. It's just as a dream with the ups and downs because nothing is pink color. But yeah, I love this country with all of that.
It's it's so good to hear that you've had so many people like support you
Yeah.
and like give you the opportunities, and you said just then about doors opening and kind
Mm.
of things like that. Can you tell us a little bit about like what some of those things have been? Like you mentioned a couple of things before we started
Okay.
recording.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So I'll just start from the beginning because I
Mm.
like it to mention like the storytelling, let's say. So the first thing that I made was last year as well. It was on September, and I wasn't doing anything related to art or related to my passion, which is modeling, dancing, designing as well. So yeah, I was just like full mentality of working and study, and then
Mm.
I was like, no, this is no
It's hard.
tasting as life.
It's hard when you're like working and studying and like it's just like
It was so like just routine, and then
mm.
I just decided to test a message to a like a fashion show coming soon as well for that time.
Mm.
And I was like, hey, I would like to know if there's some castings coming as well. Like they didn't know me, I didn't know nothing of them. It was like, imagine that, Indian Fashion Week. How
Mm.
multicultural is this
Mm.
place? Indian Fashion Week. And then I saw like the ads and I say like, hell, I'm just gonna start because
Mm.
otherwise how? And yeah, they reply, oh, we actually gonna have a second casting. Just come. And yeah, I just went by myself. And then I passed the casting, and that's how everything started again. So beautiful. And again, like they didn't know me. There was many people in the room that probably had a lot of time doing the same, but again, like the opportunity and the chance was given to me.
Mm.
And the second thing that I did was to dance in the National Gallery of Victoria on January. It was a huge project to embrace and to highlight the Afro diaspora, and especially me as a black person was like drinking wine, like the best thing.
It was like drinking wine.
To all the wine drinkers, they know the feeling as well. So
Right,
it
right.
was so good. It was for 10 days dancing. I had like almost 1 year without doing any art, dancing, and all of that. So doing that was a whole challenge, and also to like get into the way, the techniques, also the culture, because like for example, in my country is different way to speak, to act, to react to everything.
Mm.
So getting into this environment and wow, adapting myself to it was a challenge. And yeah, but we did it. 10 days also, like for example, I still learning English because so being a Spanish spoken in a room where everybody just speak English, I had to ask many times sometimes, but people are so humble in here to tell you as many times as possible so then you can understand.
Yeah, and
I love it.
that's the multiculturalism, right? Like we embrace like lots of different cultures,
Yeah.
and we understand that people want to come to Australia and come to Melbourne and live, what it's like to be here.
Yes.
Let's go back to the Indian Fashion Week.
Okay.
Like that would have been really like scary. Like one reaching out to them and then getting the response, "Oh, we're actually doing a casting. Why don't you come in?"
Yeah.
Like, how nervous were you?
Wow. I was like, I didn't know what I was doing, first of all, because again, we are in a different country, and at the same time there's like many different cultures.
Mm.
So just by the fact of how do you do their own way is
Mm.
something particular. Probably not that different, but there is like a technique that person or that
Yeah.
owner one as well. So yeah, I was just like, oh my goodness, let's do it as we know. So being there, I was just like trying to get the samples, like copy and paste. So looking how the other ones like more confident in the room were doing. So I will take something from them and then try to like make my own way, but having like a little bit of reference from everybody. So yeah, that's how I pass it.
Mm.
But it
It's,
was so nervous.
yeah. Do you still get nervous now?
Not really. Like I've been out enough now to like yeah, just smash it, let's say.
Mm.
But if I'm doing something for the first time, then I will definitely get a little bit nervous.
Mm.
But not anymore. Like I've been working just in environments where all the eyes are on you as well. So yeah, I'm into that. Yeah.
It's I guess once you've been in like a performance type situation, over and over and over again, you kind of just get used to it, But I think I really like the fact that you took the initiative to kind of go to the casting for India Fashion Week, and then when you got it, you're like, okay, like how do you respect what they're trying to do and like learn as much as you can to like represent what they're actually trying to do. Like that's very smart.
Yeah.
As opposed to just trying to do your own thing, like you wouldn't like get rebooked, or like you wouldn't have more doors opened, you know.
You just say something and it's like a respect.
Mm.
And I stay with that as well. And yeah, like I knew that I was in a different environment. That was huge and big. Because imagine like me from Colombia being in an Indian fashion week. So it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love stepping out of my butts. So that's the reason why I'm here too in Australia. So
Stepping out of your comfort zone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, being there and also like seeing all the designers fitting and choosing you, because it was also like that. Like I want hair, I don't want hair, I want hair. Yeah, hair, no, yes. So I have to pass also in the part of rejections in the room because I was the only black girl
Right.
modeling for
Right.
that fashion show. So it was a little bit like tough, but it was also beautiful.
It's yeah, it definitely would have been tough being the only one. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes. Especially again because sometimes when you get into these cultures, they are so close with with their people, so they just want like the culture to be like close for them as well. So I found in there like some designers were like really multicultural, like trying to get as much as diversity as well in skin tone and appearance as well in their own ways. So it was fine, but most of them also they were like, no, I want my same like
Yeah. I guess
appearance, let's say.
I guess sometimes they would have like preferences on what fits their brand or whatever.
Exactly.
I guess it's from that point of view, I would think that it's like just business. It's
Just
not,
business
not
strategies.
personal,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the second thing that you did was in January at the National Gallery of Victoria.
Of Victoria. Yeah. Thank you so much for Grace and Candy. I say the name because, wow, they saved me, to be honest. I didn't know what was going to happen to me this year, to be honest, because I was like, okay, what I'm doing, just working and study.
Yeah.
This is not what I want.
Yeah.
And her, like, without knowing me 100%, she gave me the opportunity to dance like in their 10 days. And I say she gave me the chance and she chose me because the black community here is big. And also with that, there's a lot of talent.
Mm.
There's a lot of dancers. There is a lot of people. And again, me, that is not like, I'm not from here, and getting this opportunity is a lot for me. So, yeah.
I think that would be such a huge achievement. You know, like National Gallery of Victoria
Wow.
for like 10 days.
No, yeah, I feel like VIP all those days. Like the treatment, everything. Oh my goodness.
Well, you're a VIP today.
And I'm VIP today. Come on.
Because it's your birthday.
Yeah. Imagine that. Me,
Happy birthday.
podcast, happy birthday. Like, come on. I wouldn't expect this. This is a lot. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So when you did those two things and you called back home, did you call back home and like tell your mum like these are the things that you're doing?
Yeah. By the way, sorry. I say September, then January, but also I had a runway from a black designer on December.
Yeah.
That was like a short gig, let's say, just one day and just one designer.
Yeah.
But also I like to highlight that because he is a black designer here based in Australia.
Mm.
And yeah, I was also chosen to model in there, so it was a good thing.
Yeah.
And again, going back to the point that you just asked it, like if I call back home, like all of them, they are just looking what I'm doing. Or my mom, for example, like I share something to her and then she tell everybody like it's impossible not to keep everything like on there. No,
She must be so proud.
she's so proud. She's so proud. I think that everybody, all my people in there, they are saying like like for example, I came from a small town back in Colombia, and that's such as a proud thing. Like because coming from a small town, it also means having less opportunities in life. Like for you to go a little bit to the top, you have to fight a lot, and we have been doing that. So yeah, they know.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
No, it's just me.
Just you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just one version.
see, your family back home would be so proud of what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah, all of them, especially because it's just me here in Australia right now.
Mm.
And they are like, wow, Valeria, you're...
Wow, she's doing it.
she's so brave and crazy and brave.
Brave and crazy. I like how you did brave first and then crazy
And then
after.
Yeah.
When you were back home, were you always interested in like arts and being creative?
Well, I was more like connected to sports.
Yeah.
I used to swim when I was like 12. I used to be a swimmer and practice like to be in competitions as well.
Right.
But I had to stop because I had to move to Panama. And then in there I started like playing soccer, also flag. But flag is like American football for ladies as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like I have a lot of injuries, so my mom say no, enough. So that's how I sadly end up finishing my like path in sports.
Right.
But then she was trying like to help me to like get all my energy, and I was teenager, and yeah, like to kill the time, let's say. So she just dropped me to the dance. Do something. Go dance. And I didn't know that I really like it dancing until I was in the environment as well. Like I like music. I love music.
Yeah.
But being there was like, oh my goodness. And I was really good at it. And yeah, then it's something that I'm still doing right now.
What type of dancing did you start off with?
I started with the basics like salsa, cha-cha-cha, also hip hop. urban, let's say, like some people call it commercial, some others urban dancing, which is like reggaeton and all the Latin movements, sorry,
Mm.
from America as well. So yeah. Um, what else? Yeah, basically that the basis, and then I started doing a little bit of ballet, jazz, and contemp. Then I stopped a little bit, and then I do it like I did it again, and this is something that I cannot live now. It's my passion.
And so, because when you arrived today, I was like, oh, so you're a designer as well, but
Yeah.
you're not doing so much of the design stuff here in Australia, but you were doing design back in Colombia or back in
Correct.
Panama.
Back in Panama, yeah,
What
that's
type of
correct.
design were you doing?
So this is like urban clothes. The brand is called Card. So the main focus on Card was to embrace the African culture and also like the Black community from Latin communities, especially talking about Black people in there.
Mm.
We are still getting educated of how to treat us as Black persons. And at the same time, we are trying to educate the people around us. So it's a working process, let's say.
That's the scared cat.
I love it. It's so cute.
Maxie.
It's fine.
He's fine. But see how he didn't come up to you?
Nothing at all. Like, I doesn't exist in this room.
I've had him for 7 years and he doesn't come up to me either.
Oh my goodness. Just full of energy. I love it.
Yeah, like,
But it's like
not energy for you, energy for somewhere else.
somewhere else that probably is sitting in there. Hi.
Yeah. So that's really cool how you were part of that particular brand.
Yeah.
And like, so what were you like designing, like clothing or like?
Yeah, it is because it's just on a stop. Clothes, so hoodies, joggers like baggy pants, and also graffitis and stuff, dresses as well. So yeah, the first collection that I dropped it is called Black 24/7. And with that is also like to keep in mind, especially for my people again, because in America we have like African Day or Black People Day in every country. So I don't really know how to say that in English right now, but yeah, we have in the year one day to celebrate that we are Black. So I'm like, how is that possible? We are Black every day. So in that day, particular like in 1 month, everybody start like dressing with African clothes, like the most of like the blackest thing that they can bring up, they will do it, but just in 1 month. And then the rest of the days or the rest of the year, they forget about like the culture or the connection as well with being Black or respecting. Like, for example, I'm going to talk about the braids. In there, I'm going to talk about also from Panama. In May, we celebrate the Black culture as well for Black people, sorry. So for that month, everybody start using braids. Everybody start using cornrows or using like costumes about or connected or related with Black culture as well. But then after that, everything is just like, like nothing happened again. And it is just like the main thing of Black 24/7 is not only like to wear Black clothes that represent a Black culture, let's say, but also keep in mind that we are Black every time, and we should be proud of our culture every time. And also with that, to I don't know how to say this, but to fight for our rights, not only in 1 month, but always. Because in May, everybody start talking about like, oh yeah, we have to fight for get braids to get our afro in like workplace or braids or like the way we dress and stuff. But then after that month, everything stopped. So that's the reason why I created that little slogan of
Mm.
Lat 24/7 and many more. But yeah.
I think it's you raise a really good point in that you're not just black like for one day or for 1 month. You're
Hmm.
black like all the time,
All the time.
every day.
Every day.
You
Yeah.
know, and I think it's really cool how you, I guess, dedicated like a collection to
Yeah.
represent that. You know, this is what you would wear like every day.
Exactly.
You know.
So yeah, to keep it easy,
Mm.
that's the reason why a little bit more like urban, using hoodies, joggers and stuff like that. So it will be friendly for everybody.
Mm.
This is a brand that is like friendly with kids, adults, family, and also something curious about this is like other communities or white people as well. They are so supportive with this idea and
Mm.
this like education way through the brand or through the clothes as well. So yeah, what's a good thing? What's a good thing?
I think did your upbringing like with your parents kind of like influence you to kind of like get into design, or like what did your parent like your mum and your dad do, like because you didn't have any like brothers or sisters?
No, this
No.
is a good question because I've been like, okay, I'm gonna say this started when I was a kid. The mother of my stepfather, she used to design as well.
Mm.
So I used to get like the rest of the clothes or the fabric to create the own clothes for my dolls. So
Mm.
that's how it started. But I didn't never pay attention to that. Um till like when pandemic started. So that's when I started like creating something as well. So
When the
when the
pandemic
pandemic
started, we are we are still talking about the pandemic.
hate it, but
Like, oh my god.
I didn't say COVID-19, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's real interesting though. Like you can almost pinpoint the fact that it was your stepfather's mother that
Hmm.
was like designing, and you as a little girl were like creating like these
Yeah.
outfits for the dolls that you
Yeah.
had,
It was
you know.
so funny. But I was good at it. I was good at it. My mom were like, "Oh wow." She also thought that I will study something similar to that when I like grew up, but now, but then, I'm also good at drawing. Like, yeah. So
So where did the swimming come into it? Was that your stepdad or was that your mum that was like, "Oh, we need you to you need to do something," like, you know,
nobody
push you in
told
the
me.
pool?
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and life is crazy. Um, I had a relationship in Panama as well. And when I was with this person, he's a designer as well. So
Mm.
he also does, he has his own brand. And because of that, like I was helping him a lot.
Mm.
And then he pushed me, like, you should open your own because you have a lot of talent.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, then I was like, I I will have a book like of many designs or draws and stuff, but I never done nothing with that before. So he was like, you should do something because you are losing money and time as well.
Mm.
And then that's how I end up like doing something by myself. The idea was just in my mind, to be honest. Like I had this idea since I was like 18, 19, like
Mm.
17, something like that, like empowering the black culture
Mm.
through clothes or a brand. I didn't know that it will be like clothes or something like that. But yeah, it was like that idea.
Mm. I think it is interesting the people we associate with, like, you know, partners or whatever, like, if they're super supportive in what you're doing. Like they will encourage you to kind of
Yeah.
like persevere and kind of keep going,
Yes.
you know?
Yes, that's amazing. The environment that you are, and also the people that you get surrounded with,
Mm,
it will define you for good or bad sometimes.
mm,
But it's so good when you get people that want to get the best of you out,
mm.
and when they see the talent that you are trying to hide sometimes, because we are sometimes our own enemies. It's terrible.
All of the time. All of the time we're our
All of
worst
the times.
enemy.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to be so negative, but yeah, we have to fight a lot with our
It's
mind.
all up here.
Yeah. So having somebody else aside that is not always there to push you, but at least leave like a little uh, drop of water to make that flower grow, then it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the power of one person out of all of the people that you have like in your circle.
Yeah.
The power of
With
one
just
person
one.
to say you can do this
Yeah.
is so like enriching in that to know that someone else has your back.
Absolutely. And yeah, I'm not with this person anymore, but I'm always thankful because
Mm.
you always have to get the good of the people. Like, and yeah, that was one of the best things that probably this person did to me. Probably he will say, like, oh, okay, she used to do that. So it was nothing. But I definitely, yeah, highlight that because, yeah, you have to be grateful and thankful for all the good things in life as
Mm.
well.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah.
Who inspires you?
Who inspired me to open the small business?
No, just who inspires you in general?
In general.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a good question. It's a good question. I definitely will say my mom.
Shout out to mom.
Yeah, she's the first in the line.
How big is the line?
It's just one.
Shit. Sorry for everybody else. You're not even on in the list. Move away.
Oh my
Mum
goodness.
takes number one spot.
Yeah, I'll say my grandma, but she passed away, by the
Oh,
way.
sorry.
Yeah, so having her and also myself, to be honest.
Hmm.
This person that wants to see myself like getting it. So I just got inspired by the fact that I'm not in the place that I want to be yet. I got also inspired by the things that I have been achieving. So I am like, damn, if I did this in 2 months, 3 months, then how much I can reach in 1 year, in 2 years, or something like that. So that's how I'm thinking right now, and yes, yeah,
I think it's so wholesome that you're the first person that you said was like your mum,
absolutely, yeah,
right? And because I guess, you know, it's also the reason why she's so proud of you when you call back home and like talk about the stuff that you've been doing and things. You know, she raised you like, and she was your world to begin with, you
yeah.
know, when you were born and like all of that. And so, and then also you mentioned your grandmother, right? But
Yeah.
then you did mention just then yourself and how you reflect on the things that you've been able to do in like 1 month or 2 months, like to have the ability to self reflect to then like fuel your drive to do even more is like,
It's a working process, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because again, that's the reason why I also say sometimes we are our own enemies, and I have been thinking like that because sometimes I feel like I haven't achieved anything. Like what I'm doing with my life again, those like what I'm doing. And then I'm like, okay, you have been doing this.
Mm.
So yeah, just by having the reflection of me again when those thoughts come as well is really good. It's really good. Sometimes we don't celebrate ourselves,
Mm.
and we also should be in the list of like loving, celebrating, and cheering to ourselves. We don't have to get anybody else around to do that.
Mm.
So yeah.
Where did this come from? This mindset that you've got?
Ooh, I've been through a lot. I
Because
think.
this mindset that you have is very um like it's not unique, but it's a mindset that can't be taught. So
Yeah.
it has to have come from somewhere. Is it through adversity in your life experiences?
I think that probably it will be through like the whole things that I've been through my life
Hmm.
since I was a kid. I always stick like in the past because that's part of what you are right now.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean like I'm living in the past, no, but also like that's part of me as well. So in the like the environment that I grew up, and then the education, and then all the goods, the ups and downs that I have been in my life. Like my life haven't been that easy. Also not that difficult.
Hmm.
In many times as well. So yeah, from especially like from the bad times, let's say, I have been getting this mindset. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna say that I don't cry, that I don't freak out, that I don't lose my mind, or that I
Hmm.
don't lose myself in the way. Many of the times, but also like praying a lot to whatever
Hmm.
you believe in. Like having something else that you probably stick on that is not in the air, because sometimes there's not like your mom is not gonna be always, your friends either, your partner either, what else, yourself, sometimes you lose yourself.
Hmm.
So having something else to believe in and to pray for and to give you like the energy to continue, I think that yeah, it helps me a lot.
Hmm.
And to go back and a little bit harder and let's keep going. And yes, you can. If she did it, like I use also examples from successful people, and I look at themselves like they have probably the same as me, tooth, eyes, hands. They can
Hmm.
talk, they can walk. Sometimes people that are like in different conditions as me, with disabilities, and they are doing really hard in life and really good. They are
Hmm.
thankful with and grateful with what they have. So I know myself, and I'm not less than anybody else. Like we are stepping in the same earth. So yeah, that's also that keep me like going. And yes,
It's such a refreshing mindset to have as well. You
yeah,
know, the fact that you acknowledge that, like it's not that you don't cry, it's not that you don't have heartache, it's not
yes.
that you don't have bad days. Like all of that happens.
All of that happens, and that's part of the process too. And yeah, I have people that have been helping me, especially like my close people. They probably have been seeing like the broken parts of me,
Mm.
and having people that probably will allow you to be like that and just give you a hug and listen to you
Mm.
is something really good, because they are not trying to stop you. Like, oh, why are you crying? That why are you crying for? Like, shut up. No.
Hey, we'll just pause right there because I need to go to the toilet.
Go.
Or
Oh my
just
goodness, I'm so sorry. Oh, this is so good. Oh my god, sorry. estoy en un podcast, las veo en una hora. Vamos a cine, vamos a vernos la película del Guasón y comemos. O, sí. ¿Quieren encontrarnos en Chaston? ¿Nos vemos en Chaston o en dónde? ¿O en la ciudad? Sorry.
Okay, we're back.
We are back.
Yeah, that mindset that you have, I almost think like, because how young were you when you started swimming?
I was 11.
11.
11, 10, 11, yeah.
Yeah, and so you were like training and like planning on doing competition and like stuff like that. Like that in itself is a particular mindset, you know, like
Yeah.
to do the training, to go through how hard it is.
Yes.
You know, like I had friends that because I played basketball when I was younger, and I had friends that would go swimming in the morning before school. We're talking like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laps.
That's crazy.
And laps,
Yes.
laps. And they were really good basketball players, like after school and like during school.
Yeah.
So the mindset and the training and the perseverance, I don't know, like maybe that's where this all kind of like came from.
Yeah. Yes. I can tell that probably that's something that could be involved, but also like seeing people around is also part of the motivation that keeps you like to keep going to. Like again, it's not like competition, but it's just like aspiration, like, oh wow, look how, let's say, this person have been successful, and I'm talking about like people like famous, let's say. If they did it in life, and it doesn't mean that I want to be famous, but it means that I want to achieve what I want in my life as well. So
But you can be famous.
if that's on like in
If
your
you
schedule,
want.
if you want, then why not? But
Exclusive.
oh my goodness, I'm in the podcast. Can you believe like what I'm talking about? Yes. So yeah.
I mean, that's a really interesting point in that everybody that's famous started somewhere.
Absolutely.
They took that first step. Always. Like you always have to take that first step regardless of who you are. And then you just have to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Keep going is the hardest thing, I think. Because sometimes, not just because you are like, you got opportunities as well, it means that you should stop there. Sometimes we get a little bit comfy, like, okay, yeah, are we getting this? Yeah, nice. No, you have to keep going, and like you have to keep knocking doors if you want to really achieve your goals as well. Not get like nice and in the comfort zone and being relaxed and then complaining about like, oh, this is not working, but what are you doing? So,
it's okay to complain.
It's okay to complain, but move your ass.
Wow.
We have
it's
to.
okay to complain, but move your ass.
I mean,
Okay.
you cannot do just one.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. You can definitely. I think if you are consistently going to move your ass, you have the right to complain.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I think, and look, you don't have to complain. Like, I'm not saying that you have to, but like, you have the right to complain if you're actually going to do something.
I mean, exactly.
If you're not going to do something, don't complain.
Don't complain and
Because, like, you're not
stay.
changing anything.
fair, fair enough. Yeah.
You're not, like, complaining isn't going to do anything.
Exactly.
Is it?
It's just gonna kill your brain. Sorry for my English, but it's so word. But yeah, it's so bad.
I definitely think if you complain, it has more negative impacts on you, because we're talking about self-talk. We're talking about how you communicate to, like, the people around you. You know, there's that saying, like, misery likes company.
Which company? Sorry. This is where my English go out. Thank you.
Misery likes company.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
yeah.
like, sad people want to hang out with sad people.
Yeah. Oh no, hell no.
You know?
Yeah.
People who complain want to hang out with people who complain.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with people complaining, but what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Like, you have to do something.
Yeah.
And then the act of doing something, chances are you're not going to complain the next time. You're just going to do that thing. You know?
Yes.
And it's a level of appreciation, I think, of your own abilities and to control your own mindset, you know, because at the end of the day, everything's already been done.
Yes.
We're just repeating everything that's already been done.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I go with that. And yes, like this is a dimension that I say, like, I feel, and also, like, I say that your life have been, like, set or guided as it is. We are just living it. Yes, you can take decisions, but also it was like the destiny was to mean like that. Whatever happens, if you take A or B, something will happen. But that was already writing. That's how I think sometimes. But yeah, yes.
What where do you see yourself in, like, 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah, like, what are your goals?
Wow. It's hard to see myself sometimes in that, like, big time. In 5 years, many things could happen, a lot. But let's say
like, which star are you pointing to?
yeah, my aspirations is just, like, to be honest, one of the things is to stay here in Australia. I love
anybody who wants to sponsor.
Oh my
Valerai?
goodness, yeah. I am so talented,
Valeria,
I promise you.
Sorry, Valeria.
Yeah.
She needs a sponsor.
Yeah, in 5 years. One of the things is probably to settle a little bit more here. And maybe get my business, like, really set. And
as in a design business?
Yes. Visit card.
Exclusive.
Here in Australia, that's one of the goals. Because if I go back to Panama, yeah, that's something that will definitely happen. I will continue it. But the reason why I haven't opened it in here is because, like, it's just me, myself, and I have to focus other, like, in myself, doing the things that I'm doing right now, or the business. And
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So also, like, I'm a student right now. So it's
what are you studying?
I'm studying marketing and communication.
Marketing and communication.
Yeah. So also, like, working. So it's a lot on the table right now. So we cannot just take a lot of nothing and then finish with nothing.
I mean, the marketing and communication is going to help your business.
Absolutely, yes.
So
I'm in the process. Let's say.
Yeah, you're in the process, and, like, hopefully you'll be able to stay here. Otherwise, you'll like take your marketing communication back to Panama,
Absolutely.
and then you'll be back.
Yes, who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I took like marketing communication to study. Because when you want to stay here in this country, many people study what the government or requires for you to like stay or extend the visa and all of that,
Right.
and get more opportunities or chance to get the PR. But I was like, it's time and it's money. I'm not gonna study something that probably will make me feel miserable or sad.
Hang on. So the government were gonna like. So does the government like dictate or give you a list of things that they want you to study?
Not really.
And then you chose something else?
For example, when you comes to this country, and I think that in others too, there is like a lack of human resource, let's say, on those places that they need people to work.
Right.
So, for example, in the hospitality, let's say, there is not enough Aussies working in there. So what happened is like many students comes here to Australia, and then because in there is like a gap, you can like easily get first of all of course the education, and then a workplace that probably will sponsor you. Otherwise, you also can get like from the visas, like how to extend the visa as well, depending on what you study. Like for example, if you study for hospitality, then you can extend with that education visa for like postgraduate visa, and then work like from 24 hours to full time, and after that get some points also that could help you to get your PR as well. So it impact a lot in your decisions and what you want to do or what you used to do, and then what you have to do to stay.
Right. So but you decided to go on your own and just
a little bit
to do media and communications.
Yeah, a little bit opposite as well, because marketing and communication, is something.
Marketing and communications.
No, it's fine. Let's say that the thing of marketing here in Australia is really big, like the opportunities to work, and is always something that is required for, like, Australia has many business and a lot of things going on. So marketing is one of the like the work, like kind of work that could help you to stay a little bit, or to stand, or to probably have a PR here in Australia as well. So I also, before coming here, I studied international business. So that's the reason why I decided to study something that probably will work out here in Australia, but at the same time for myself, if just in case I have to return back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you scared of what's happening with AI? With artificial intelligence?
No, hell no. I think that's pretty dynamic.
Hell nah.
Hell no. It's pretty dynamic, and like if you already have creative thing, and if you have your mind really good with creating new things, then it will be just like a tool, and it will just flow your idea and get it to the next level.
Exactly. So it is just a tool.
Yeah. It shouldn't be just like something that you stick on 24/7. So.
But some people are scared of like Skynet and like the Matrix and like all this type of stuff. And they're like, oh, it's going to take over the world. It's not going to take over the world.
I mean, we have to...
It still needs input from a human.
Yes.
And so if it still needs input from a human, it's just a tool.
It's just a tool, exactly. And with that, we have to like get into...
It's a very smart tool.
It's very smart, but it also, I think that it pushes you also to think a little bit more. Like, let's say you dropped some ideas in this tool, and then in there comes like it open more probably something that you didn't know how to expand. So I think that is just amazing. It will help you to think a little bit more. Sometimes you don't
Mm.
have to even use it because you got a little bit more like clever.
I think what we're going through right now is the exact same thing when Google first came out. When Google came out, people were scared. They're like, "Oh, I don't know how to use it. Search engine. Oh, they're going to try to use our information." Blah blah blah
Oh,
blah
blah,
blah blah
blah.
blah. Right? But you're right in that you can use AI, artificial intelligence, to improve your knowledge,
In your eye,
expand
yeah.
your ideas,
Mm.
because maybe you didn't think of particular aspects or particular components. The interesting thing is, I mean, there's obviously like lots of different versions of AI
Yeah.
that are available right now. You
Mm.
know, I mean, Instagram already has. If
That's
you
so funny.
if you edit your photo in some sort of editing software,
Yeah.
right? And let's just say you just take out a blemish or something, right? The metadata that goes into that file, when it gets to Instagram, Instagram will say it's been edited by AI, right?
Yeah.
When really it was just, you just took one
Just
thing out.
something, yeah,
one thing
minimal thing.
Yeah. But even like Chat GPT, right? You have to learn how to write the prompt to like get the information out. And all Chat GPT is a language database. It's a language database, and you ask it a question, and it'll give you the answer, and it gives you like an in-depth answer.
Yeah.
Like Google, you ask it a question, it just gives you websites to look at. Whereas Chat GPT is more advanced. You ask it a question, it gives you the information.
The information, yeah. It's basically like back in days when you were in school, or for example, when I was in the school as well, I used to get a lot of information from Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I see ChatGPT as the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more pointed in the ideas that you probably want to, but at the same, it's just like it is a really good tool. But again, it just helps you to expand your ideas. That's all.
I saw a video of someone cheating on a test, and they
don't help.
they were doing the test online, and they were like taking a screenshot of the question and then hitting AI, and then it would like
Oh my goodness.
and for like multiple choice answers, and it would say answer D, and then they go to the next question.
Crazy.
They do the same thing. Answer A. Next question. Answer C. And I'm like, these guys are getting smart.
Yeah,
they're getting so fast.
And it's wow. The only thing that's scary about this, I think, is that it creates people that has like a lack of thinking.
Yes.
And like being creative. That's the only thing. But as I like, if you are in the art industry, it's just gonna be like a good tool for you to expand and get your creativity. Is it the word?
Creativity.
To the next level. And but yeah, the negative part is like sometimes people we so lazy sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. The challenge that it has is it potentially creates lazy people, but we need to use it as a tool to enhance our creativity.
Yeah.
If we've hit a creative block, like how do we move through that creative block and expand stuff out? Before AI, what you would do is you would go talk to a work colleague, or you'd run a workshop, and you'd like what's it called? Market research. You know, like you'd actually go and talk to people, right, and all this type of stuff, and collect real life feedback.
Yes,
exactly. And they still do all that type of stuff, but it's kind of like, like I think again, and you said it perfectly. It's a tool that you just have to use. It's not going to take over the world. It's not,
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen yet. Not yet. I don't know. Maybe in the future, who knows? But nah, it's just
So, what does next year look like for you?
Ooh.
Because this year's almost finished. We're gonna like blink.
Sadly, oh my goodness, it's crazy because I don't know. Like, the next year I'm gonna be definitely still studying as well.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna have more performance coming happily. Um, Probably I will have to go to Brisbane. That's something that's still there. But yeah, I'm planning also in doing more modeling. This year I didn't make that much. I did a couple of gigs, but yeah, trying to get more involved with this industry as well. And I think that's something that definitely I do. It's like I do have the space to do. But yeah, that's part of the aspirations for the next year, and yeah, to stay here and keep going. Yeah.
If you could have dinner with someone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh my goodness. Let me think. Oh my goodness. I have a lot of people on mind, but the first person that came to my mind was Michael Jackson.
Why? MJ.
Yes.
Why Michael Jackson?
One of my favorite artists so far. So creative. I love him.
Yeah.
Because like he was so advanced
Yeah.
and
He was out of this world.
out of exactly like
He was not part of like society.
no, yeah, and I will definitely have like I would love to have a conversation with him.
What would you ask him?
Wow, like I will ask him everything, how he made or like the techniques specifically. Like I would like to learn from him how did it um put all the things that was like on his mind out. You know, like for example, you seeing the videos and the concerts from this person was something incredible. So
It's crazy.
it was a hard work behind that. So everybody just say like, the screamings and the effects and all of that. But how about the work and the process behind that? I would like to learn all of that. So yeah, that's amazing. Like imagine I wasn't even born yet. When honestly.
Well, look, the question was dead or alive, but you weren't even alive.
That's creepy. But yeah.
It's yeah, look, I had Stick Maribo as a podcast guest. He met Michael Jackson.
Really?
When Michael Jackson came to Melbourne, he was Stick Maribo was a radio DJ.
Oh, wow.
And this was like in the 80s or the 90s. And the radio station said to Stick and his co-host, we're doing this gig, blah, blah, blah. You need to come here, da, da, da. You're going to give Michael Jackson the key to the city.
Oh, my goodness. That's amazing.
And I'm like, huh?
What?
I've had someone sitting on this couch who met Michael Jackson.
That's crazy. That's something to be. I'm sitting in the same couch then.
Yeah.
Imagine how life is it.
It's crazy.
It's
yeah.
crazy. Wow.
It's it is funny, like once you start talking to people and like learning about what people have done in their life and all these life experiences, and you just, I don't know, I just find people so interesting.
Yeah.
Like you can learn so much.
A lot. Yeah. That's the part of like being humans as well. You learn a lot from everybody. Everybody will teach you something. And we just have to be humble enough to get that information. And to, again, I go with the casting, like copying and using that information but making it yours, not doing the same, but making it yours. Then
Mm.
you will boost yourself a little bit more. But yeah, you learn a lot from everybody.
It's just hearing you say that like reminded me of when I was younger.
Mm.
Because I moved around quite a lot. I got to an age in my teens where I didn't really know who I was.
Mm.
So what I did was I looked at people, either famous people or like people around me, and I watched their behavior and I picked particular aspects of their character that I liked, and then I like made
Adapt it to
it
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
The problem with doing that is that in my 20s, I feel like I had a little bit of imposter syndrome
Oh.
because I didn't really. I felt like I was doing things to meet the expectations of other people, and I was doing things or like behaviors that like weren't really me because I saw them as being someone else,
Mm.
you know. But then in my 30s, I was like, nah, like this is like I know who I am, or like I
Mm.
really tried to like um, embed that character, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then in my 40s, I'm like, yeah, no, I know who I am now.
That's amazing. And sometimes people, that's really good that you just say that, because we walk life thinking that people have to know us, and sometimes we are just working also in getting into
Mm.
know ourselves as well. So if I don't know myself in 100%, how are you expecting for somebody else to guess who you are? Like, that's the reason why also we have a lack of our relationships right now, and not talking about like sentimental, like a couple, but also like friendships. Sometimes people just are so close in their mind that they are so like selfish and thinking that everything is from like just themselves, but
Mm.
it's also like somebody else is also working on that, on himself as well, or herself as well. So yeah.
I think you're right. Like everybody is working on themselves, or
Yeah.
everybody has something going on.
Going on. Yeah.
You just need to be kind and humble
And humble. And
and
yeah.
like, you know, I think though sometimes it's hard for people to do that because of either the trauma or whatever that they've gone
Yeah.
through,
Yeah.
you know, and that in itself, like I'm touched, like I don't know, I'll get to share this experience or whatever and like learn about someone else, and like all I want is the best for people, you know. Like I think if we be kind to everybody and just create more art, like art is the thing that brings people
Together. Yeah.
to harmonize and to, you know, learn about each other and like all this type of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm agree with that. And yeah. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
This
So,
is deep. Yes.
how can people find you for
Okay.
modeling or performances?
All right. So
Or maybe design, marketing,
design.
communication.
Yeah.
Someone out there wants to sponsor you.
I'm looking for jobs on marketing and communication. So yeah. Call me. No, but kidding. My Instagram right now so is Valeria Cuenu. Is should I spell that?
No, I'll have it come up.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just find me there, and in the Instagram is the whole information. So yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully, I'm absolutely certain you're going to stay here in Australia, but I don't think you're going to stay for very long because someone is going to whip you up overseas.
What do you mean?
and take you to New York
Oh my goodness.
or LA.
Wow, who knows? That's the reason why I don't see myself in 5 years, because everything can happen and you just speaking in it and you are declaring that for me. That's amazing. I love it.
Just don't forget it was said here on the podcast
No, hell
first.
no. I will definitely come back as many times as possible to this beautiful place.
And
Love
when
it.
you're famous, like
Oh my goodness.
we'll have to do another podcast.
Many podcasts, or who knows? Like this podcast is going really good. Like,
We'll do one every year.
yeah, it's
A
amazing.
check in on how you're going.
It's good.
What's going on in the world of Valeria?
Yeah, we should do it every year as well. Yeah.
When I started this, I in January, I said to my guests, "I'll have you back in December, and we'll see how the year went." Because I asked them the
That's
question.
funny.
I asked them the question like, "What are your plans for the year?"
Mm.
You know, and like I can't believe we're already in October, and like the year's almost over. So I better get those people back.
Back. Wow, it's crazy how fast the time is going on.
Because
As well.
some people had like some amazing goals, like running more workshops, doing more photo shoots, doing like multiple trips to Bali, like all these types of things, you know,
Are you-
starting new businesses.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a question. Like, are you always like in this environment related to art and all of that and creativity as well?
I started off with photographers and models, and then I expanded it out to like other people that did still have a kind of creative element to it. And then, like for example, I had a Chinese doctor on, Chinese medicine doctor, but she was a performer. She traveled the world and all this type of stuff, and then she focused in on Chinese medicine. And then I've had like fitness people on, business people, and it changed from a creatives podcast to a talking origin stories podcast, because everybody has an origin story.
Yeah.
You know, I had Kenny Lee on, who Kenny was like studying in IT, and he worked in IT, and he had and I may butcher this story, but
No,
we'll just
it's
go
fine.
with it.
Yeah.
And then he did like the standard thing, and he met a girl, and he
Mhm.
got married, and they had kids. And he was always in like the music scene, and he was like the black sheep of the family, like doing something different. you know?
Different, yeah. On
He
the
was doing
side.
something different all of the time.
Yeah.
And when he was with his kids, he would like play with Lego,
Mm.
and he I think this is right. Sorry, Kenny, if I got this wrong. He was playing with Lego, and when you finish doing the Lego, you want to put it up on the shelf, right? And display it.
Mhm.
And he thought to himself, it doesn't kind of look right. Like it doesn't, you spent all these hours like doing this castle or doing
And
like this
then-
Star Wars thing, and it doesn't look nice,
Yeah.
right? So then he came up with a business,
Mm.
the very first of its kind, LED lights for Lego.
Oh wow.
And it's called Light My Bricks.
I will have a look on that.
He's the original.
Wow.
And like I had him on the podcast, and
That's
and
amazing.
we'll like talk, yeah, and like all because, and like he used to play with Lego
That's
when he
funny.
was, yeah,
But it's really good how like everybody thinks like is the creativity in the mind as well. Like
yeah,
I need to do something with this, and he did it. That's the
Yeah.
best thing.
yeah.
Wow.
And so, you know, he's partnered with Lego, and like
Imagine that. Wow.
when you buy Lego, like you can have the option of like buying the lights, and it goes to
Wow.
his website, and like all this type of stuff, and Lego have expanded their range to like plants
Yeah.
and like
Everything.
girl
Yeah.
Lego.
Yeah.
And, you know, like it's not just boy stuff now, you know.
Exactly.
And so it's just mind blowing how much Lego costs.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
so
It's just
expensive.
expensive, and people invest money on that. Like,
And if it's expensive, of course you want to display it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
So yeah, so
good.
the podcast turned into like talking origin stories, and like I talked to like heaps of people. Yeah.
That's
Performances. I've had quite a few like musicians, like reggae people. As I said, fitness, like models, business. Yeah.
so good.
Mm.
So good that there is a place to talk about like the story behind everybody. Because you just see social media and was posted, but nobody knows about like how much it costs to you to get that little thing that probably will be minimal for you, but for the person it costs a lot to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I think also like one of the reasons I do this is because like on social media, like you only get like a little snippet.
exactly. Yeah.
You only get like either like the photo
The photo, yeah.
or like the short
the
reel
final result.
that's like, you know, produced or whatever. And so sitting down and getting to meet you and learning more about you means that other people can listen and learn more about you.
That's amazing. That's really good thing. Again, that you make this space for people like me or people that are involved like in art and something else, business, whatever. There is a lot behind, and wow. Especially like when you are trying to make art like dancing, let's say modeling or singing or whatever it is involved in art, is just like you have to get many like most of the times yourself together to achieve something, because there's nobody else on like in your side to push you. So
exactly.
It's most of the times a lonely path, because you have to be focused on it to achieve whatever you have to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so beautiful that you did this so we can speak a little bit of the process. Many of us has like a very beautiful process, and some of us like kind of interesting with the ups and downs. Like, so yeah, it's really good. It's really nice.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see where everything goes for you. And don't forget about me when you're famous.
No, oh my goodness. You either, because this podcast, like I haven't seen this in the way, like in the environment, in the places as well.
Thank you.
So who knows? Imagine that.
Who knows? Exactly. Who knows? Thanks everyone for listening in. Make sure you hit subscribe, that notification bell, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. See ya.
Bye-bye.